They told me you were ill.
Well, I get
You're on
better.
your feet again.
Get better.
Frank Wolf, please.
Hello, Mr. President. Good to see you.
Well, I know we're all running behind schedule.
Yeah.
Come on in here, but.
Thank you for seeing us.
Jesse and.
All right.
Well, I understand the subject has to do with MFN.
Yep. That's sure right, Mr. President. We're grateful to you for letting us come over and chat with you for a minute. I think both Jesse and I would really like to defer to Frank, but if I could just say a word to set the stage of the issue. Under Frank's leadership, the House has passed an amendment to the trade bill that suspends MFN status for Romania for 6 months. And after seeing what the House did, I put through an amendment in the Senate that does the same thing. And the reason is because after extending MFN status to Romania, they haven't made, in our opinion, any credible showing that they are adhering to any reasonable standard of human rights practices. In fact, it seems to be getting worse. They're bulldozing churches, they're persecuting the believers, they're in virtually every way, in terms of publication and travel and harassment by the police and so on. They're setting an atrocious example and certainly don't deserve MFN status. So I would like, with that, just to defer to Frank to tell you the status of it, and also a suggestion that he wants to make, which I endorse, and I believe Jesse does too, as a way to perhaps involve your office in it and maybe to accomplish more with a less confrontational
Glad to see you.
Mr. President Joe Biden,
Biden.
how are you?
See you.
Nice to see you. Nice for you to see
Well,
you.
come in here. We're
All right.
looking forward to this. So why don't you take the chair and
Last time I sat here, Mr. President, you were, was back 82 or 83. We had gone over with Bill Cohen over to the Soviet Union, and you were asking whether or not arms control could get back underway. I'm looking forward to helping you on that one in the Foreign Relations Committee.
I'd be very happy to have that.
I think I'm looking forward to helping you on this one, too.
Well, bless your heart. Well, it's nice of you to come down.
I hope it can be, this hearing can be expeditious because of, you know, and I'm sure that we all feel the same way. Get after it, but
Joe is very articulate. He can help a lot. He's a good speaker, too. He's very
I'm
convincing.
great at Kinnick speeches. I got some really good speech material I'd be happy to lend you.
Oh, my. We had a good meeting in my office, Mr. President, and I'm convinced that Senator Biden and Senator Thurman are gonna
pretty good.
Yeah.
Tom Good to see you again.
Sir, may I introduce the new commander of the American Legion, Jake
Nice
Sommer.
to see you again.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Pleased to have you here.
Mr. President, Bob Spinella. Good to see you again.
It's good. Mr. President Noel Crime, nice to see you again, sir. Pleased to have you here. Thank you.
Now, Mr. President, the official reading, I guess, while we're here. I'd like to present to you the full copy of all of our resolutions that was recently passed at our convention in San Antonio, Texas, on the positions of the American Legion on many matters, national security, national defense, and certainly drugs, and so many other items that I know you're keenly interested in, and we want to say how proud we are to present these to you and know that you have the support of the American Legion in just about everything you do.
Well, I thank you and for this continued support, and I know how supportive that you've all been, particularly with regard to Central America and all.
Well, I'm going back there on December 6th to the 15th. If the last time we were here, we presented our PK report that you read in the October issue. As a member, I know you listened to that. But I'm going back December 6th to the 15th to speak to the very same people again to see how that peace plan is going to work and report back to you on my findings when at that time.
I'll be looking forward to that.
Also, I'd like to, at your own leisure, if you'll read this letter. This is a letter I've sent to the editor of the Washington Post today because of the ridiculous statements they printed in the paper today, the day after Veterans Day, about castigating the commissioner, the director of Veterans Affairs, and why we should not name this a secretariat, which you are so much a part of as we are. And what they've said about the veterans of this nation tells me just about what's been happening. They only talk about us in good terms on Veterans Day and Memorial Day, and 363 other days a year. They really don't give a damn what we do. And it's sad that this came out the day after Veterans Day. They wouldn't dare print it yesterday. So I want you to see what my answer to the press.
I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy reading.
Thank you very much, sir.
Matter of fact, I've been thinking of telling the Post several times that I'm going to give up using them to line the canary cage.
Well, you have the same problems I have, because remember, I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Mr. President, contrary to that, let me suggest to you, sir, that we were so delighted with the action you took day before yesterday with regard to this initiative. And we've heard so many supportive messages relating to that, and we thank you.
Well, listen, I'm pleased to do it, and I'm looking forward to the summit meeting, and I'll maybe be looking forward to having you back to consult with you, because I think that we're going to, if we manage to get that medium-range treaty, there's some people that are going to need a little persuading to support the ratification.
We're calling an emergency meeting on December 21st in our Washington office of that same committee that was in here reporting on Central America, and we're going to discuss the INF treaty and how we can be helpful as we review it.
Good.
And secondly, how's our First Lady?
She's just fine.
That's great.
Before you run away, here, the three of you, just... Whoops. Hang on to it, it's yours. And I know it's something that won't break.
Thank you very much. Great, so nice to be with you.
Sir, it's good to see you. Thank you.
I was with you for that beautiful evening in the East Room that's going to come up on the 18th, my wife and I, and that was a beautiful evening with Jerome Kern night. Do you remember that?
You know something, I'm just looking forward.
That little dance is there,
There's
weren't they?
another moment in my life. That little girl. I thought that was a cute thing.
Thank you, Mr. President. See you.
Thanks, sir.
Here's that message you wanted. Thank you. Yeah. Finally, again. Hey, good to see you again. It's good to see you. Thank you. I'm Tom, the other one.
Hello, Mr. President Dick. Nice to see you. Very fine to meet you. Thank you.
Right.
This is Lorraine Smothers.
Hi,
Good to see you.
Photo together here. Can we find each other? This is my brother.
It'll be prettier if she's in the middle.
Okay. He's got all the moves. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Carol Kawanami.
Yes, hello there. Good to see you.
Sam Kawanami.
Hello. Greetings. Nice to have you. Greetings from Orange County. Thank you. Orange County, California. That's where all the good Republicans go before they die.
This is Robert King.
Mr. President,
Nice to see
I want you
you.
to know that these opportunities are important to our organization. Happy to take the time for this.
I'm pleased to be of any help I can.
Fran DeMelli.
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Valerie Shields.
How do you do, Mr. President? Thank you for having us.
Well, pleased to have
Rich Jacketti.
you. See you.
And Carol Kagan.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Right?
Oh, yeah. We have the picture of the Christmas seals.
Let's see if we can't get some of you on the other side.
Do you remember meeting with Bob Holcomb and, it was with your governor, 60?
Yes.
We had a short conversation. It was pretty good, though.
Tommy said something about you one day be a liberal, and you said, I used to be. One day you'll be a conservative.
This is a bit maybe my little one.
Let's look at the camera, maybe make sure that we know what we're talking about. Look at that. Come on in. Do you want to get in here?
President, yeah.
Yes.
This is very important.
That's right.
And we're honored to be here. Thank you very much.
I can't get that on an envelope.
Yeah, not this way.
And then we'll right here.
We want the whole Duke in it here. Oh, so good.
need to get the
Oh, the little doll?
doll.
The doll in the scarf?
Put the doll in there?
Presenting the Christmas suit.
Just have that.
Oh, just,
Let me hold it.
all right.
Get it out.
All right.
Very much appreciate your gifts.
One more.
First families.
Where's this car?
I have two. This is waiting for us. And
I thought that was for me.
that's our Santa Claus doll, and of course our Christmas seal.
Oh, well.
Wanted to just tell you a little story about. Wanted to just tell you a little story about Santa Claus. Oh, she does.
You're gonna get through with it, Carol.
Pardon? Basically, Santa Claus is the new character that will appear on our Christmas seal this year. And she is really, according to the story, the product of the children of the world. And she was created for Santa Claus specifically to be his little girl.
Well.
And so we're real proud of the fact that we were able to present this to you today.
Well, thank you very much.
Of course, appreciate all that you do for.
Well, listen, I appreciate all that you do. That work
That's 80 years, it's 80 years the Lung Association's been around. Tom, you ever wonder how much good the Lung Association has done in 80 years?
I don't know at all, but we brought you some wine. Whether, I don't know whether you drink, that old radical liberal wine. But, yeah, this is Mom's favorite red, Mom's favorite white, and
This is late harvest, and we have a wonderful Cabernet. Your wife likes wine, does she, right?
Yes.
well, we hope you enjoy it.
You're sure, knowing you.
It's liberal wine, and I let you.
No, I was going to say,
It's not
you're
a
sure
joke.
that it doesn't blow up when I pull it?
Mr. President, we've been doing it for 10 years. This is a sideline. It's Napa Valley, Sonoma Valley. And,
That's great.
We
I
hope
think
you
you'll
enjoy
love it. Anyway, thank you very much for the opportunity to me to help.
See if you can work this one.
That must be a political
yo-yo.
yo-yo.
Yo-yo too, so I'll leave it over there. It's a good thing when, when you can, it's kind of like transcendental meditation when you do the yo-yo. I'll leave it here with you. Okay.
Okay, Don, is that a political
This
yo-yo?
is a absolutely,
Work it.
They don't work very well, though.
they don't?
You can make it.
What, is it government made? What'd this cost?
It works good.
Look at this, bring it up. Ooh, that's Monkey on a String. It's part of our act. We do a song about the state of guilt. Let's sing. Let's see. Uh-oh.
This is Drag the Dead Dog.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you all.
am I wrong in thinking that with that large one that you brought some seals?
Did you bring any
Smaller seals?
issued seals? Anybody?
I have some that we will get to you, Mr. President. We'll
Well,
bring them with
all
us
right,
up.
because I was prepared if you did have some.
Oh, wonderful.
There.
Thank you very, very much. I will get the seals to you.
We certainly hope to urge all Americans to help the Lung Association in the
Yes.
work that we do. And,
I know. Well, kind of familiar with it. A few years ago when we were in California, Nancy was the honorary state chairman for this same campaign, so I'm a little familiar with it.
appreciate it. Thank you ever so much.
Well, listen,
And we
the
will
most-
be sure to get those seals to you.
Well.
Thank you.
No, I was just,
I gotta ask you, is your wife feeling good? She's recovering?
yes, oh yes, yeah.
Oh, that's terrific.
Still has to rest a bit, which surprised her. In fact, the doctors, a day after the operation, said she was way ahead of schedule on recovery.
She's done
The
so
day after the operation, I was walking her up and down the corridor of the hospital.
Boy, she's done such good. She's been a great first lady. We're
Yes,
very proud of her.
absolutely.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
If you don't want to drink that wine, just say no.
I saw a movie on television where she was in there.
Yeah, Hellcats of the Navy.
Yeah. That's when it all started.
No, we were married by that time.
You were already?
Yeah. And she had given up her career in order to be my wife. But when that picture came along and I suggested to the producer they hadn't picked a leading lady yet, well, she played the love interest there, and it was based on an actual World War II experience. Our Navy sent a whole group of submarines through the mines into the Sea of Japan, where all the thing that was keeping the island going was coming in the freighters, the ships across from the mainland. They all hit the bottom. They laid there, and on a given moment the next day, all to the surface. And they brought down just millions of tons of shipping in that thing, and it was called Operation Hellcat. And so this was the picture, but our memory of that picture is of a scene where now I'm going out on that mission, and my sweetheart nurse is there, and we are starting to say the goodbye, and all of a sudden she started to cry. And we hadn't been married very long. She started to cry, and then she knew what was happening to her, and she started to giggle, and then she cried. She was giggling and crying. We had to stop and wait because she kind of took us seriously about going away.
Oh, but that's terrific. Nowadays, you go to acting school and you start crying like that, you're really relating well. I did that in an acting class. They said, you know, you were going to die, and all the guys were dying off this parachute jump. You had to come back and say goodbye to the one you loved the most. And I started crying because I was thinking, you know, it's my brother. And I really got into it, and it gave me such a headache. I went out and got bombed that night. And I quit acting school. Anyway, thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. You know, Tom, all of that talk about what's an actor doing in a job like this, I've often wondered how anybody did it without having been an actor.
Those senators are terrific speakers and actors. I said, they have technique. They've got it. Okay, tell your wife this for her, too.
I certainly will, and I will enjoy the wine.
I hope you all have a real nice Christmas.
Well, and the same.
And
And again, thank you all for what you're doing.